Yeah, just for anyone tuning in on the live stream there, the match has been put back until 3:15 due to the semi-final in Arklow going to extra time just to give people a chance to get here. So we won't be starting the live stream till about 10 past. If you're tuned in, there's nothing wrong. The game will be starting at 3:15 here. Yeah, just for anyone tuning in there, the match is being put back until 3:15. So if you're tuning in and seeing a blank screen or anything, there's nothing wrong on your end. The match was put back because Carnew and Bray went to extra time in Arklow and they just wanted time to give people time to get here. So there's nothing wrong. We'll be going live in about 5 minutes there. So the match will be on at 3:15. You're all very welcome to Aughrim here to the second of our Lightning Protection Ireland Senior Hurling Championship semi-finals between Carnew and Kiltegan. Bray await the winners of this one, the final, after a convincing victory over Glenealy yesterday evening here. As we said, this game has been put back 15 minutes. Bray beat Carnew in the semi-final of the intermediate after extra time this morning by 1 point. Bray and Pats will contest the intermediate final in 3 weeks' time. I have Casey O'Brien with me on co-commentary here today. First of all, congratulations, Casey, on your great win in the Nicky record. A huge boost for hurling in the county and well deserved.
Yeah, thanks, Emmet. That seems a lifetime ago now, doesn't it? It's only in June. The weather's been terrible since then, and look at it today. It's going to be the match here today. Now it's going to be. It's not a great weather for hurling at all. There's a wind and rain going down into the town end goal, and I think this game is going to be tight between Carnew and Kiltegan anyway. But I think with the weather, that's going to enforce that. It's going to be a really tight game, I'd imagine.
Yeah, look, we were talking here after all these two teams training and hard work all year, it could come down to, performing, not performing maybe with the wind for 10 minutes could decide your whole championship here. As I said, there's very little between the teams. A point a week or two ago in a game that could have went anyway, missed chances on both sides. There's a gale force wind now blowing down into the town end here, so winning the toss and deciding what you're going to do is going to be crucial. I'll just give a quick run through the teams here that we have listed. There may be a couple of changes, we'll bring them to you as soon as we get them, but Carnew first in goal is Robert Fitzgerald, John Young, Conal McRae, Martin O'Brien, the full back line. Aaron Kinsella, James McGing and John Doyle in the half back line. Justin House and Adrian Myers at midfield. Pádraig Doran, Wayne Kinsella and Jack Doyle in a very strong looking half forward line. Dan Redmond, Owen Kavanagh and John Doyle Jr. lining out in the full forward line. Kiltegan are going to line out as follows. Sean Murphy is in goal. Michael Mangan, Brian Carney and Colin Keogh in the full back line. Pádraig Byrne, Aughrim Byrne and Brandon Ryan in the half back line. Liam Keogh and Mark Murphy in the middle of the field. James Boland, Darren Byrne and Kieran Harmon in the half forward line with Shawnee Germain, Pádraig O'Toole listed at 14 and Kieran Conway inside. We're just going to have a minute's silence here now before we start. Just ready to rock and roll here in Aughrim. Our referee for the day will be Ciaran Manley. He has Paul Gann and Chris Canavan on the sidelines for him. It looks like Carnew will play with this breeze in the first half, the way they're about to line out. Kiltegan are just in their huddle. Casey, you'll really have to hit the ground running with this breeze, you'd imagine.
Yeah, Carnew will be looking for a good start there with that strong breeze. Kiltegan, you'd imagine, will be looking to probably slow the game down early on and keep it tight. Carnew looks on paper the forward line looks decent with Pádraig Doran, Wayne Kinsella, Jack Doyle, Dan Redmond's playing very well, and Owen Kavanagh, John Doyle, like six decent forwards that can score. So this first half is going to be very important to Carnew.
Very crucial. Looks like number 20 is starting for Jack O'Toole is in. Pádraig O'Toole doesn't look to be starting. Rian Waters is also starting in the middle of the field for Kiltegan, so we're just about ready to go. The ball is in and the game is on. First break of the ball comes out as far as Aaron Byrne. He lashes on the ball through. Again, heavy conditions for both sides here. It'll be interesting to see who settles first. Carnew come out with the ball. It's a loose hand pass. Finds its way as far as Justin House. House solos forward with the ball. Powers down the field. Centre back has to go to him there. As Aughrim Byrne, he does. Eventually just gets a touch. Gets the ball away as far as Rian Waters. Waters is tackled by John Doyle Jr. It's broken play in there. Again, it's Aughrim Byrne on the ball. heavy conditions, as we said, it's probably not going to be for the purists here. Ball is back into the hands of John Young. Young pops it off here to Jack Doyle. Doyle on the run, tries to take it into contact. Does ball slips away from him. He needs support. Gets support there from Wayne Kinsley. Kinsley takes the tackle, gets it back to Jack Doyle. Doyle tries to use the wind to his advantage. Fires one up into the sky, and it's high and it's over the bar. A great score from Jack Doyle. A good start from Carnew, and just Carnew just putting on the early pressure, Casey.
It was a great score by Jack. He was involved in it twice there, and a mighty score. It looks like he started in the corner. Jack looks like he started corner forward today.
Interesting to see what happens with puck outs here. Sean Murphy opts to go along. It's a good puck out again. That breeze right to the middle of the field, broken down by Justin House out as far as Dan Redmond again. It's James Boland tries to pick the ball up with his feet there. Again, there's a ruck and away comes Rian Waters. Waters does really well, tries to hand pass the ball, but he's blown for a throw ball. Probably a bit harsh. He was going to be blown for over carrying either way. He had to try and get rid of it. He was bottled up there.
Yeah, Carnew, they got 3 or 4 lads in around him there and put him under pressure. There's a chance here now for Pádraig, who's been striking the ball well this year, hitting good frees.
Pádraig Doran wearing number 10. Rory Finn starts at wing forward as well for Kiltegan there. He was an injured out, picked up a knock in the football there. He was an injured out, but he is starting here. But Pádraig Doran right in the middle of the field here, pretty much central, strikes this one high, but they had a look at it. I thought it might have drifted, but it's high and it's over the bar, and Carnew lead by 2 points to no score here with 2 minutes on the clock. Puck out again from Sean Murphy. Goes long down the field again. This one dropping just under 65. Wayne Kinsley bats it back. Rory Finn is first to it. Pádraig Doran tries to get to it. Finn though at the third attempt, does he? But Doran tries to get it. There's a heavy battle there. There's a slap in on Doran on the ground. I was going to say it didn't look too bad, but he's shaking his hand a little bit, but it's definitely a free. And Kiltegan just don't seem to have settled, Casey. They're just, they seem a little bit all over the place. Carnew have hit the ground running here.
Well, a good start by Carnew as well, was what you could say. They've won every little ruck and everything that's going on there. Carnew coming out with the ball. Kiltegan don't seem to be able to get their hands on the ball.
Pádraig Doran uses a towel there just to dry the ball. We'll see a lot of that today. Again, you can hear the wind gusting behind us here. It's really straight down into that goal. It's in Doran's back. He has a look, sizes up where he wants to put this one and drills it high and drills it over the bar. It's another score for Carnew. 3 points now to no score. 3 minutes on the clock. A point for every minute we've played. Again, Sean Murphy to take the puck out. Has a look. They don't want to go short by the looks of things, but with this wind, they're going to have to try and maybe work out a bit of a plan. Long puck as far as he can, right to the 65. Brilliantly taken by Wayne Kinsley. Brilliantly struck by Wayne Kinsley, but it's gone to the left of the post and wide. Kinsley just a snapshot there, but a brilliant take. And again, Kiltegan's own puck out's causing them all sorts of grief here, but it's the nature of the day we're having, Casey.
Yeah, it's brutal. His puck outs are. He's getting them to the. They're not even reaching the middle of the field like against that strong wind.
Ball again in a ruck over underneath the stand there. Pádraig Doran is there, was picked up by John Doyle. But again, brilliant block down there. It's back as far as James McGing. McGing has a look, but he's dispossessed, and away up the field goes Michael Murphy. Solos into the breeze with this one. First real attack for Kiltegan. Murphy strikes. Again, there was a half block down there, but we're playing under an advantage. Ciaran Manley had seen something in the build up there, and it's going to be a free in to Kiltegan. It's the first real time they've won anything around the middle of the field, Casey, and they've just got a free and a chance for a score for Shawnee Germain here.
Yeah, Mark Murphy went on a good solo run up there. So they could do with getting this now. Shawnee's going to take it. It's a difficult angle, but it could settle them. They need a score to settle them.
Shawnee Germain, he's just about 5 or 6 yards in from the sideline. He's about 50 yards out into that wind and rain that we've been talking about. Germain wearing number 13. In his familiar pose, sets himself, drills this one high, but it's dropping though, it's not going to make it. It drops in around the danger area, and away comes John Doyle with the ball. Does really well. Doyle picks it up, needs a bit of support now. He's dispossessed. Ball breaks inside. Shawnee Germain is in after. Again, John Doyle gets it. The second attempt, lashes the ball down the field. Hurl on it from Justin House, gets it as far as Adrian Myers. Myers tries to pick it up, doesn't, but Dan Redmond comes out deep, takes on his man and gets to his own 65, way up the field now. Redmond, he's on a solo run, he's still moving here, fires a ball into Jack Doyle. brilliant ball from Redmond into Jack Doyle. Doyle tries to take on Brian Carney. Because it was steps as the referee. Carney done well enough, to be fair to him. He done well enough.
Yeah, Brian held him up well, but Jack had a chance to keep the scoreboard ticking. Kiltegan had just missed the free, and he should have just took his point. And Redmond had done really well and got a great ball into him. And you have to take them chances. There's still only 3 points, like, in it.
Still only 3 points, only a puck of a ball. Kiltegan now, I was just actually thinking to myself, the first couple of puck outs, the keeper was very quick to take them against that breeze. I see their player down now after tying his lace, and now he's placing the ball. There's probably a little bit more cuteness coming into it. He's looking for a towel now as another couple of seconds out, and I was thinking that on the earlier puck outs that the keeper was very quick to take him. As Brandon Ryan to take this one deep in his own 21. Goes long down the field again. High ball breaking down. There's a hurl on it there from Wayne Kinsella, but it's brilliantly picked up by Ciaran Harmon. Harmon is away on the gallop, lashes the ball inside. It's 1-on-1 inside Colin McRae and Jack O'Toole. McRae just does enough, gets his hurl on it, picks it up and clears his lines, gets the ball to Wayne Kinsella. Brilliantly taken by Kinsella again in the hand. Gets away from his man, has a look, lashes the ball in, but there's 2 free Kiltegan men. One of them, Brandon Ryan, picks off the pass, but he doesn't get the ball away. Adrian Myers' guys hurl to it. It's whipped forward. John Doyle picks this one up and clears his lines down the field, but again it's a block down. It's heavy going, it's a real battle, a real slog out there. Adrian Myers on the ball in the middle of the field, gets away, fires the ball down the field, but he's fouled in getting the ball away, and it'll be a free, Ciaran Manley says to Carnew. And again it's a real war of attrition around that middle third.
Was, yeah, Carnew again coming out with a little battle. I thought it was a handy free though, Emmet. I didn't really see
I didn't see that much in it either now, to be fair. I seen him putting his hand up for advantage, but I didn't see what the issue was. And he seems to. He must have brought it forward for descent as well, because it's well up from where the action was. Pádraig Dorn, 45 yards out. He's about 3 or 4 yards to the right hand post, looking down. He pucks this one high and pucks it over the bar. 4 points to Carnew, no score to Kiltegan. And we have 7.5 minutes gone in the first half of the Lightning Protection Ireland Senior Hurling Championship semi-final here. If you're just tuning in, the game was put back till 3:15, so you haven't missed that much. It's Brandon Ryan on the ball from the puck out. Gets the ball out to Aughrim, long ball down the field. Again, James McGing sits back, but he wasn't back far enough, and straight into the back there by Aaron Kinsley. You could see it actually coming. The brakes weren't working, and probably a silly little free to give away there.
Yeah, silly. He was heading out towards the dugout with his back to goal. You have to stand up in them situations. But Aaron Kinsella straight into the back of him. It was Rory Finn he fouled, was it?
Yeah, Rory Finn is down looking for a little bit of attention there. So again, probably one of the older heads. He might be just taking a minute out of the game there. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You couldn't blame him.
On the clock down.
It'll be a free to Shawnee Germain. It's on a normal day you'd back him all day, but with this wind and rain, but it should be fairly straightforward for Germain. He's on about 25 or 6 yards out. He's about 7 or 8 yards in from the sideline here. Chance for Germain to put 3 points in it. He strikes it well, strikes it straight and over the bar. It's 4 points to 1 here in Aughrim. 9 minutes gone. Carnew lead, but Carnew have the aid of a huge breeze here in their back. It's real winter hurling stuff here. Bob Fitzgerald will puck this one out, goes long down the field, huge puck down the field, but only one man home, and that's Aaron Byrne. Byrne takes it on the run, carries the ball forward, pops it off to Mark Murphy. Murphy strides around his man, carries the ball really well, but he's blown for over carrying. That must be going to be Kieran's thing for today.
Yeah, we don't mind it if he's going to be consistent with it, and it was the very same as Jack, really,
Yeah, he took the ball, he just took too many steps with it, and I suppose Kiltegan are feeling the need that they'll have to carry the ball in within 30 yards of the goal here to get their scores in this first half. Carnew have the aid of the breeze as Pádraig Dorn came back deep in his own 65 to take this one. Goes huge puck down. It's going to land right on the square ball. Breaks down. There's danger here. Oh, John Doyle Jr. just missed the pick right at a crucial time, and Kiltegan get to clear their lines. Probably a lucky break from there. Ball breaks into the middle of the field. Liam Keogh goes for it. The Kiltegan captain, Pádraig Doran, picks it up. Again, Carnew win the ruck. Long ball down the line. Finds John Doyle Jr., but again, just doesn't take it in. And away come Kiltegan with Pádraig Byrne. Byrne comes out with the ball and drives out and wins his free. It'll be a free out. Brandon Ryan will hit this one. We said 4 points to 1.
Teagain just seem to be last 3-4 minutes they're ground into the game. They're getting their hands on a few dirty balls.
They're starting to come into it all right. As you said, there's only 3 points in this game. It's by no means with that breeze. It's by no means a problem. Ball breaks down. Aaron Kinsler comes out. It goes to ground. Hand passes the ball away. Gets it out as far as Pádraig Doran. Doran hand passes it away. Kiltegan call for a foul hand pass, but they don't get. Ball's in the hands of Ciaran Harmon. Harmon gives it to Rory Finn. Finn looks up, tries to go through to Carnew and does. Pops a little pass off to Mark Murphy. Ball through the hands here from Kiltegan. Back to Ciaran Harmon. Harmon has a look. Fires the ball down the line looking for Shawnee Germain, but Martin O'Brien has read that one well. Picks it up, slides and gets back up. Gives the ball to Colin McRae. McRae steps out, drops his shoulder and comes away to the 45, has a look, tries to pick a pass to Owen Kavanagh, does. Kavanagh gets it 2-3 attempts but takes it in, does well, turns, has a look, thought he was going to be hooked there but he wasn't, fires a ball down looking for Dan Redmond. Ball is broken out by Pádraig Byrne off Byrne's hurling. It'll be a line ball to Carnew over on the far side there. Carnew seemed to be rotating the forwards. Dan Redmond was out very far out the field. He's gone in and Owen Kavanagh seems to have come out a bit further. There seems to be a rotation going on there continuously. Owen Kavanagh to take this one. Looks like he might be going to fancy his chances here. He's about 30 yards out on that far sideline. Sizes it up. Has a look, gets under it, it's dropping into the danger area, ball breaks inside again, it's a loose one. Couple of Carnewlas go for it, Dan Redmond gets it, but away comes Brian Carney. Carney done really well to rob that one there because it looked like Dan Redmond was almost in possession of it and he done really well. Strong play from the full back there to dispossess him.
Good play there by Brian Carney, yeah. And won his free. He was cute enough to win the free as well, like he was being forced onto his left hand side, but he was cute enough to win the free.
Brandon Ryan tries to relieve the pressure, goes long down the field, looks for Jack O'Toole. O'Toole is out in front of Colin McRae. McRae gets a hurl on it. Again, it's into space. Adrian Myers flicks a little ball in as far as Pádraig Doran. Doran twists and turns, takes the ball into contact, hand passes it off outside. As far as Aaron Kinsler. Kinsler charges forward with this one, gives the ball to John Doyle Jr., but there's a free for an advantage there. And again, it's not one that I would have known. I didn't see a lot there.
He blew for a free on Aaron Kinsler now again. I didn't see a whole lot in it.
So Rory Finn, I think, is actually just pointing that out to him as well. Cameraman Ciaran says there was a slap on the elbow of Aaron Kinsler there, so we missed it. The man with the eagle eye here beside us has picked it up. It's a free to Pádraig Doran. Doran's just about 46 yards out here. Having a look, it's just about 6 or 7 yards to the right hand side of the post. Central enough. He fires this one high and he fires it over the bar. Another one for Doran, another one for Carnew. It's 5 points to Carnew. Kiltegan 1 point with 14 minutes gone. And I think if Kiltegan could get in 4 points down at half time, they'd probably be happy enough. Sean Murphy again tries to pick a puck out over under that far side, but it's gobbled up by Owen Kavanagh. Kavanagh does well to put the pressure on, gets it, strikes it high and strikes it over the bar. It's a brilliant turnover for Carnew, a brilliant turnover for Kavanagh. 6 points to 1 here, and you know, Kiltegan don't need to add to their own problems.
No, like sharp puck outs are risky there. Again, if you're going to they have to be into the hand. And Owen Kavanagh done well now and turned it over, and a great score from the sideline.
Hook out from Sean Murphy, goes longer this time, goes all the way down as far as Rory Finn. Finn turns, pulls on it, goes nowhere. Aaron Kinsler comes out with the ball. Again, Finn dispossesses him. Huge numbers around the ball from both sides. John Doyle Jr. has to pick it up. Finn gets a flick on it, it's away, and Wayne Kinsler comes away with it this time. Hand up for an advantage here again. It's a long, dangerous looking ball into the goalie. Sean Murphy gets it, but it's a free for a frontal charge on Wayne Kinsler this time. So
a lot of frees, Emmet, that, I wouldn't say Kiltegan would be overly happy with, like, but you know, they're soft enough in my opinion.
For championship semi-finals, there's not an awful lot in some of them, and they're going Carnew's way, to be fair. It's 6 points to 1 here, 15 and a half minutes gone in Aughrim.
The old saying, you have to have the ball to get the frees, you know what I mean? If Carnew have it, Kiltegan are not going to get frees if they don't have the ball.
Well, that's true too, they are, as you pointed out, Casey. They're winning a lot of these rucks around the middle of the field. It's high and it's over the bar again from Pádraig Dorn. He's been flawless on the frees here with the wind in his back. 7 points to 1 now, but that's a very fair point. Dorn has got 5 from frees. Obviously the team in possession is getting the advantage. I think Ciaran Manley is just pointing that he's going to have this time on now, so we could be here for a while. Low puck out again into that wind, just down the field. Kieran Harmon gets to it first, tries to get a touch on it, but Pádraig Dorn again picks up the break off that one. Pam passes it out to John Doyle Jr. He fires one high off his shot. Oh, it's a big score. It's a huge score from John Doyle Jr. Brilliant score after great work by Dorn again. And again, it's Kiltegan's puck out. They're getting no value at all from their own puck out. They're under huge pressure.
They're under huge pressure, and like, to be fair, Pádraig Dorn is having a great game there. Everything is going through him. I think Aughrim is going to have to get a little bit tighter on him.
High puck out again, this time just dropping again. The wind holds it up and Kiltegan find themselves deep in their own half-back line. They've won a free there. This time it's a free out for a push in the back there. Brandon Ryan to take this one. Ryan gets it, drills it long down the field. Huge puck from him, looking for the inside forward line. Ball goes down, comes out off. Looked like it hopped off the helmet of Mark Murphy there, but it's out as far as the number 10 James Boland. Boland runs with this one, but it's touched off his hurl by Aaron Kinsley. Back there working hard as Jack Doyle. Doyle tries to pick it up, does pick it up at the second attempt, steps outside, needs a bit of support now, getting bottled up, gets his hand pass away and gets it to Wayne Kinsley. Kinsley fires a long ball down into space. Huge puck by Kinsley out in front as John Doyle Jr. just doesn't pick it up at the first attempt, and Pádraig Byrne comes away with the ball. Good play by Byrne and a long relieving clearance by Byrne down the field, but only finds Jack Doyle underneath. Shawnee Germain comes out though and picks his pocket. Good play by Germain. Little ball inside to Liam Keogh. Keogh's away and he's fouled by Aaron Kinsley. It'll be a free in. A good passage of play there from both sides for a few minutes without a stop, but it's brought to a stop by a pullback on Liam Keogh by Aaron Kinsley, and it'll be a free in to Kiltegan.
It's definitely whoever has possession is the boss of this game, Emmet. You know, there's a lot of frees in it.
Yeah, and it probably looks like either way a goal is going to be a huge score here as well. You know, if Carnew got one before half time, but you know, a goal in the second half, there's still 7 points here. This will bring it back to 6. It wouldn't be insurmountable with that breeze.
No, but there's 12 minutes left. The next 12 minutes is going to tell a lot. This can bring it back to 6 points.
Shawnee Germain steps up, drills this one high and drills it over the bar. It's 8 points to 2 here in Aughrim in the Lightning Protection Ireland Senior Hurling Championship semi-final. It's Carnew 8, Kiltegan 2. Carnew playing with the aid of a huge breeze. 18 minutes, nearly 19 minutes gone here. Long puck out from Bob Fitzgerald, dropping down. Ball breaks inside to Dan Redmond. Redmond picks it at the first attempt, has a look, fires the ball high and fires it over the bar. Another good score from Redmond, well taken on the move. He's a good eye for a score. He's not afraid to take his shot.
That's five of the 6 forwards of Carnew. I mentioned it at the start of the game. The 6 good forwards out there, and 5 of them have scored on the score sheet out of the 9 points so far.
Ball down the line from James Boland. Boland fires one down again. There's a line ball over there, and it's gone Carnew's way. Some of the Kiltegan crowd in the stand are not overly happy with that, but Paul Gann is adamant enough that he's got it right. Pádraig Dorn to take this one. Drills a long ball down. Owen Cavan has gave his man the slip if Dan Redmond can find him inside, but that leaves Redmond in space, to be fair. Picks a little pass, but it's gone too far. He was looking for Jack Doyle outside him. Again, just overplayed it. Probably Carnew overthought it a little bit. Pádraig Byrne comes out with the ball, drills a long ball down the field. Back there though is James McGing. McGing picks this one up, has a look. Again, just tries to take it through traffic. Probably Carnew need to get rid of it out there. Martin O'Brien gets it to John Doyle. He lashes it down the field. Good ball down there. Again, there's a good foot race back there, and it's Aughrim this time wins it away in Kinsley. Aughrim steps out, hand passes the ball out as far as Jack O'Toole. O'Toole steps inside, looks to break the tackle. Again, Carnew have numbers around the ball. Jack O'Toole was playing an advantage. He wins, he's free. He done well enough there, Jack O'Toole. He was under all sorts of pressure and he hadn't a lot of support, but he's won, he's free. Brandon Ryan will take this one. Again, Brandon Ryan looking for the towel just to dry the hurl. Are actually savage conditions out there, to be fair to these two teams now. It's
just looking at like the wind and rain that's coming down there, and it probably is a 7 or 8 point wind, you know what I mean?
It is indeed. Even the rain now has started as well. Like it's huge. Again, it's batted away in there by Martin O'Brien as far as Justin House. House tries to pick it up. He probably needs a bit of support. James McGinn goes over. Again, Kiltegan hunt the ball, but House gets it out, does really well, gets the ball out along the sideline. It's into the hands of Jack Doyle. Doyle on the run down along the sideline, does really well, powers forward with the ball. It's crossfield ball in as far as John Doyle Jr. takes it on, has a look. Again, just fires a shot though. He probably wanted to go back on what looks like his stronger hand, and he just fired away the ball there. Yeah, I think you're right. It's the first wide for Carnew as well. In fairness, they've managed their possession very well. I think it is. So, long ball down the field. Again, it's just picked off by Jack Doyle. Doyle looked to take a heavy shot there. Play on, says the referee. His helmet has came off. Again, he probably just spilled possession, and as he leaned out to get for the Kiltegan man has came in, and there's a heavy looking collision. 9 points to 2 here, 22 minutes gone. Jack Doyle receives a little bit of attention. Again, we said there's horrendous conditions here now. It's wind, rain, it's all in Carnew's back at the minute. There's 7 points in it. As Casey just said, you'll probably need every one of those turning around to face that wind in the second half.
There's 8 minutes to go now. You know, if Kiltegan could tag on a point or two and stay with them, or if Carnew could tag on a point or two to go away from it, it's going to be crucial in the next 7 or 8 minutes to half time.
Long ball from Aughrim again, fire down there underneath as Conal McRae gets hurt. It comes as far as Shawnee Germain. Germain has a chance here, but Bob Fitzgerald dives at his feet and it'll be a free in. Ciaran Manley seen something going forward. He was playing an advantage, but very brave from Bob Fitzgerald. I was just going to say a goal against that wind is a huge score.
Yeah, Shawnee was nearly in there. If he'd have got to pick up first time, he was through on goal. But Bob done well. He got out quick.
One of the Carnew players just looking for a helmet. Jack Doyle's helmet seems to be broken there, so he's getting a replacement helmet in. There's a sub looks to be going to come on here for Kiltegan. It's Kieran Conway is warming himself up to come on. You'd want a good few minutes to warm yourself up in that, I think. Looks like it's Aaron Byrne is coming off, number 11. So Shawnee Germain will line this one up. This will bring it back to 6. 23 and a half minutes gone here. Germain takes his time over this one. We've seen a couple of these missed already this weekend. We won't put the commentator's curse on them just yet. But they weren't in conditions anything like this. Germain steps up and drills it high and drills it over the bar. It's 9 points to 3 here in Aughrim. Carnew lead. 24 minutes gone. Bob Fitzgerald to take the puck out. Again goes long with the aid of that breeze. Huge puck right down into Kiltegan's half. Under his number of Kiltegan lads. Wayne Kinsta goes, it breaks out though. It's pulled on by James Boland over there. Probably wasn't the greatest idea against that wind. Possession is vital, as we've said here. Ball is over there. Dan Redmond tries to pick it up. There's a huge ruck of players. Something like you'd see in France last night. But away with the ball comes Kieran Harmon. Harmon offloads it back as far as Rian Waters. And good play. Kiltegan have battled their way out of trouble there. Carnew players gone down to ground. Didn't look to be an awful lot in it. Ciaran Manley doesn't seem to be having any of it. Whatever happened there, he's gone to ground. It'll be a free. Ciaran is having a chat with a few lads that are trying to play and referee there from both sides, I think.
I think Aaron Kinsley and Kieran Harmon are a little bit of argy-bargy one another. He's just having a little chat with the two of them.
Exchanging friendships.
Yeah. Talking about the weather.
Yeah, I'd say it's the topic on everyone's lips at the minute, isn't it? Free anyway to get this game going again. It's Brandon Ryan goes long down the field again, a huge puck, but Conor McRae comes out, takes it at his ease and fires the ball down the line as far as Pádraig Doran. Doran looks to step inside. Kieran Harmon does, takes a touch and pops the ball back to Jack Doyle. Doyle goes long down the field, dangerous looking ball into John Doyle Jr. there. Owen Kavanagh almost had it, but again away comes Brian Carney with that ball. Does really well, gets it to James Boland. Boland back in his own half back line is fouled, a trip on Boland, and he looks for a little bit of afters. Kiltegan are just starting to get a bit of fire in their belly here.
They're winning a couple of 50-50 balls there now. Pádraig Doran's playing very well though. He's a great hand on him, hasn't he? He got that ball there on the sideline. Low ball, like he's
doing really well, but himself and Jack Doyle have dropped back very deep there. It's probably taken away from the firepower a bit as the ball is up. Yeah, great block down by Shawnee Germain there, but the referee is blown for a throw ball here. And again, as you said, Casey, this would bring it back to 5, and Kiltegan wouldn't be worried at half time if it was 5. 26 and a half minutes gone here. Shawnee Germain receiving a little bit of attention. Seems to be in a bit of bother, actually. Which should be, if it was to come to pass, it would be a huge blow to the Kiltegan men. It could be the clock.
Close to half time.
Yeah, but you couldn't blame a team for that in these conditions, because
I'm surprised if someone else hit this way.
Brandon Ryan seems to be going up. Yeah, it looks to be in a little bit of bother. Shawnee Germain here. They're having a good chat with him. He's down on one knee, but Brandon Ryan has gone back. He's obviously said he's going to be able to take it. The magic bottle, the magic water bottle will bring him to. Yeah, he's up, but he's good to go. Kiltegan fans can breathe a sigh of relief. Just outside the 21 with this one. He's actually been moved over a bit. Ciaran Manley moving him over. So he's lining himself up. Chance for Germain here just to put 5 between them. Lifts, strikes, it's high. It's over the bar, it's well struck. 28 minutes gone, 9 points to Carnew, 4 points to Kiltegan. In the Senior Hurling Championship semi-final, Bray sitting pretty after a 2-17 to 8 points win last night against Glenealy. The drive for 5 is still alive, but one of these teams are going to have to try and stop it. Long ball down the field, Brandon Ryan gets his hurl to it. Kenneth Ryan Waters just picks it up. Again, there's a huge number of Carnew men around, but he does really well. Ball through the hands into Kieran Harmon. Over as far as Kieran Conroy. Kiltegan really grown into this game now, starting to find their men. Ham passes the ball away up the field and wins. They're free. As I said, Kiltegan have a pep in their step here now, Casey.
They have, yeah. They've won the last 7 or 8 minutes. They're winning all the 50-50 balls. Around the back line. But if you see it from the puck out, Emmet, Kiltegan, the last 10 minutes, they've dropped lads deep. They've got numbers back around the 70-yard line, and they're coming out with the ball.
29 minutes on the clock here. Referee is going to have a word with John Young here by the looks of things. However, something must have happened. He must have got word in his ear that there was something going on. Doing a bit of work. Yeah, there's a yellow card for John Young, whatever happened there, so he'll have to behave himself for the rest of the remainder of the game. It's Brandon Ryan to take this one 65 yards out, right underneath the stand, 2 or 3 yards in from the stand side there. launches this one. It's not going to make it, but it'll be in the danger area. Ball breaks. Martin O'Brien, great catch by O'Brien, gets it, fires the ball out the field, but only as far as Rian Waters. Waters reacted first of all. Great touch from Dan Redmond, got touched away. Justin Houses after this one tries to kick it, but Ciaran Harmon gets a touch on it. Kieran Conway picks up the ball, turns back inside, but it's a loose hand pass again. Ball is into the hands of Owen Kavanagh. He gets it as far as John Doyle Jr. He's bottled up, he over carries, and Carnew cough up the free when they were in possession. And as I said, Kiltegan have a pep in their step. They're getting numbers around lads on the ball. They're really starting to fight for this.
Yeah, they're finishing this half. The stronger team in the last 10 minutes, Emmet.
Just a half a minute into injury time here. There's 2 minutes of additional time to be played. Brandon Ryan stands over this free again. It's right in the middle of the field, over underneath the stand. Wind and rain in his face. Goes long, a huge puck right down into the squares, dangerous, breaks inside, but Colin McRae reacts first. McRae comes away with this one, flicks the ball away to himself. Again needs support now though, but Kiltegan again have turned it over. Jack O'Toole as well, he's gobbled up down. McRae gets his boot to it, fires it out to the sideline. James Boland goes for it, McRae just pulls on it to try and keep it in play. It's Kieran Conway goes for this one, he's blocked down by John Doyle Jr. and Carnew seem to have lost their shape a little bit. Yes, you have a lot of, you've only one inside. Everyone seems to have dropped deep. Owen Kavanagh, everyone has pulled out the field,
They have, and it's suiting Kiltegan, like they're
they've turned it into
a battle around the middle of the field. Everyone's back there from Carnew. Carnew are the ones are playing with the wind.
And playing into their hands really, but Brandon Ryan takes this one down the field again. McRae just gets to a good touch into the hand, looks to break the tackle, comes away. Ball loose, hand pass, it'll be a free out for Carnew. Martin O'Brien to take this free. Again, Carnew have only one in the whole forward line. Wayne Kinsley's in on the square. There's nobody else in there. Martin O'Brien, he never placed the ball. He tried to take it quick and he missed the pick, and there's a free given away, and that's just basics.
Yeah, surprised that Martin missing the pick up there. But as you said, he was waiting for someone to hit. There was no. You said there was one Carnew man in the
within 80 yards of the goal, and you're playing with a gale force breeze in your back. It's just completely lost their shape in the last few minutes. As we said, the 2 minutes are up. This will be Brandon Ryan to take this free, 10 yards in from the sideline. Kiltegan, as you said, have drafted bodies back around that middle third. They've dragged Carnew's forwards out into a battle there, and it's a long time since Carnew's last score.
It is, yeah. It is 10 minutes anyway.
Yeah. So Kiltegan are just growing into this game. They've got their tactics right. It's Brandon Ryan here to hit this free. Long ball, dangerous looking ball in again. Bob Fitzgerald, well caught by Fitzgerald, comes out with the ball. Flicks it away, he does, gets it out as far as Aaron Kinsley out to John Doyle Jr. He goes long down the field again. He's wearing 15, he's right up the field. Park Dorn gets a hurl on it. Justin House tries to pick it up, does it the second attempt. He has 3 Kiltegan men after him. House, he needs support. Ball goes out half House. Looked to me that went out half Justin House, to be honest, but it's been given as a Carnew ball. So manager David Galway, I think, is just having that conversation with Chris Canavan. Now, he's making him place the ball on the line where everyone is standing. I think on both sides they could give a bit of grief. The ball is right down into the corner, dangerous looking ball. Kavanagh won't get to it, it's gone wide. And I'd say that could be the last play of the half if I'm just nearly 34, and it's 9 points to 4 here. That's it. The half-time whistle has gone. The Lightning Protection Ireland Senior Hurling Championship semi-final. There's 5 points in it. Carnew started like we're going to probably have a bigger lead going in at half-time, but Kiltegan have really got to grips with them around the middle third, and they won't be worried about a 5-point deficit with the conditions.
No, 5 points, but still, you have to get 5 in. Like if a goal is going to be hard, looks like a goal is going to be hard come by today. So, Kiltegan need to find 6 to win. Like it's bad conditions, and 5-point lead, is it enough? It'll all depend on possession. Who's going to win the battle around the middle third. And for the last 10 minutes there, Kiltegan won that battle.
Yeah, so look, we'll be back with the second half in a few minutes there. You can go away and have a quick mug of tea and a biscuit or whatever and be happy that you're at home in at the fire because it's fairly miserable here in Aughrim. We'll talk to you again in a few minutes with the second half. It's Carnew 9 points, Kiltegan 4. We'll see you shortly. You're all very welcome back to Aughrim here for the second half of the Lightning Protection Ireland Senior Hurling Championship semi-final between Carnew and Kiltegan. It's 9 points to 4. There's been a change at half-time on the Kiltegan team. We were just speaking about it while we were off air. Podge O'Toole is in for Jack O'Toole. There'll be a huge addition to this team in the second half. Casey, you'd imagine why he wasn't started. We probably don't know. He might be carrying a knock or something, but he'll be a huge addition. He's gone in on the square. Conal McRae has just welcomed him in on the square there, the two of them. So it'll be interesting to see.
Conal and Pádraig are had like 2 rams down there at the moment. Carnew have a fresh set of jerseys on them as well.
Yeah, by the looks of things, they were well organised. But Rian Waters has the ball. The ball is in. Ciaran Manley threw it in for the second half. James Baldwin lashes the ball in, looking for Podge O'Toole straight away. It goes through himself and Conal McRae. Bob Fitzgerald comes out, pokes the ball high. It hangs in the air there. Aaron Kinsley gets his hand to it. John Young picks up the ball, tries to break out. It turns, fires the ball down the line, but Liam Keogh reads it really well. Keogh steps inside the tackle of Adrian Myers, 65 yards out, has a look, pops a hand pass off. It's loose though. Jack Doyle takes it away. Doyle is fouled in his own half back line. A foul by Kieran Harmon there, and Jack Doyle has gone down. Helmet is off, and imagine that could be something we might be saying quite a bit in the second half.
I think so. Like it, yeah. Nowhere near he said like, but no, he does right. He does right. Like, you know what I mean? It's being cute, like, you know.
It's the game displayed.
Yeah, I wonder if Carnew brought Jack out a little bit there.
Seems to be deeper. He was deeper in the second half, as we said. Like, Carnew seemed to lose their shape a little bit at the end of that first half, and gave Kiltegan a good chance of getting back into it. Pádraig Doran's going to take this free, fires a long ball down the line, looking for Owen Kavanagh. Kavanagh's out in front, just hops off his hand. Liam Keogh gets back, takes a bit of a sandwich shoulder there from Owen Kavanagh, and Aaron Kinsley gets the ball to Brian Carney. Carney to James Boland. Boland out to Kieran Harmon. Harmon just twists and turns and gets himself out of trouble, does really well, gets the ball to James Boland. Boland on the move here, pops a pass off outside to Pádraig Byrne. It's loose though. Byrne takes 2 attempts and is flicked away from James Boland, goes up to pick the pieces again, lashes the ball down in, looking for Shawnee Germain. Germain is out in front of Martin O'Brien. O'Brien just does enough. Huge battle between the two of them there, and O'Brien gets the ball away to John Doyle. Doyle fires the ball out as far as Owen Kavanagh. Kavanagh lashes the ball down the field, looking for Wayne Kinsley. It's gone past Kinsley though, and Dan Redmond just gets out, but again Brian Carney is strong, just does enough and gets the ball away as far as Pádraig Byrne. Byrne picks it up and has a look, sizes up his option, pops a pass off to Kieran Harmon. Harmon looks to be playing at centre back here now. Probably his best position in my book. Ball breaks out to Rian Waters. It's pulled on there by James Boland. It's away and falls into the hand of John Young. Young sets himself and clears the ball high up into there, but there's 4 white jerseys around it. One of them is Brian Carney. Away comes Carney, ships the second tackle off Wayne Kinston, clears his lines down the field. Ball is out as far as Kieran Conway. Conway though is blocked down, brilliantly blocked down there by John Doyle. Jack Doyle picks up the pieces, gets the ball to Owen Kavanagh. Kavanagh wearing 14 now, barrels his way down the field, but Brian Carney is not for moving. Second attempt, Carney gets the ball away. Again, there's a ruck here at Owen Kavanagh. Continues after, picked up by Kieran Harmon. Harmon comes away and wins his free, and a good passage of play ended, and it's a good passage for Kiltegan there, but heavy battling from both sides around the middle.
Battling there, and Brian Carney must have come out with that ball 3 times. Done very, very well there. Kiltegan are doing a good bit of passing around there. Like, maybe it could be a little bit more direct. Maybe
to win this, there was 2 or 3 hand passes in that. Like, it was good off the shoulder stuff, but you'd imagine to be looking to be more direct. Brandon Ryan is direct, looking for Shawnee Germain, but there's a hurl in from Martin O'Brien. Gets the ball to Justin House. House is fouled there, a loose trip on him, and it'll be a free out. Bob Fitzgerald is going to come out to take this one. The long stride of the Carnew goalie, as the ball is dried for him and handed to him.
You'd wonder, are Kiltegan going to leave Pádraig O'Toole in there on the edge of the square, or would you be bringing him out around and getting him involved in the game? Or
yeah, it's one, if you're going to be hand passing the ball around the half back line, he's not going to be great there, but Pádraig Doran takes a great ball from Bob Fitzgerald. Doran strikes it on the run, but it's gone to the left of the post and wide. Chance of a score there for Doran, just tailed away with the breeze. Very hard to judge. 4 minutes on the clock. It's still a 5-point game here. 9 points to 4. The puck out will be from Sean Murphy. Murphy, it's not the best one he's ever taken with the wind in his back. James Boland under all sorts of pressure over there again, but Pádraig Byrne does really well, comes out, picks up the ball right on the sideline, but he's carried out over the line. And again, Kiltegan, kind of like the way they started in the first half, Casey, they're making life difficult for themselves on the puck out.
The goalkeeper's puck out was putting them under pressure altogether like that. Like that, a couple he's hit like that just went along the ground there, not meaning it.
So Pádraig Byrne will look to take this line ball as Carnew push some forwards in. Dan Redmond, Owen Kavanagh in there, being well marshalled though by Aughrim. Byrne has dropped back Brian Carney just to mind the house. As we said, a goal would be huge either way in this game now. The line ball has gone in though and it's gone out over the end line. There's no product there and it'll be a puck out to Kiltegan.
Owen Young is warming up there for Carnew, I say, on the sideline, ready to come in, I'd imagine.
Yeah, whoever, Carnew looking to make changes. Puck out is taken, Aughrim Byrne. Carnew look to push up on it. Again, he drives the ball down the field, right underneath the stand. You'd imagine that's where the goalie had poked it, but Ciaran Conway gets the ball, and again it's touched away, but it's a... Carnew are furious there with that decision from Chris Canavan, both on the field and in the stand, but it's a Kiltegan ball. As Owen Young looks to come in. John Doyle Jr. leaves and Owen Young comes in. Just trying to freshen up the attack a little bit. It'll be a line ball to Brandon. To Brandon Ryan here. Ryan has been on all the set pieces so far, so he'll look to put this one in around the danger area, in around maybe where Pádraig O'Toole is. The cut goes in, it's gone in as far as Sean Germain. It's batted away by Martin O'Brien. Again, the ball is broken. Rory Finn goes to ground. Germain does really well to pick that up in a lot of traffic. Kicks a long ball in, but James McGing is back covering the house and clears his lines. Again, it's loose though. It's out and it's into the hand of Shawnee Germain. Germain, over his shoulder, fires a high looping looking ball in. But Fitzgerald, he just dropped it from his grasp and it's gone wide, says...
That looked like a 70 now from here.
Well, he's adamant that's wide. He said that he's actually signalling that the Kiltegan hurl touched it. Yeah, so. And there was, to be fair, there was no real argument from the Kiltegan players either. It was more from the likes of ourselves who were a bit further away. 7 minutes gone here, 9 points to 4. In a huge battle here to see who joins Bray in the Lightning Protection Ireland Senior Hurling Final in a couple of weeks' time. Again, broken play around the middle of the field. Whoever wins these battles will win the war, you'd imagine. Carnew have this one, Pádraig Byrne has it, but it's a line ball to Kiltegan. And again, probably this, it's not pretty, Casey, but it's probably suiting Carnew. The Kiltegan are getting no rhythm with the breeze.
Yeah, and Carnew were... they're winning the dirty rucks as well at this moment in time. Like Carnew they're digging in there.
Brandon Ryan will take this one again. Lines up the cut, has a look at his options. Doesn't go as far this time though, just goes down the line. A heavy collision of players there over on that side, and this time it's a Carnew ball. It'll be...
I know conditions are bad, Emmet, but no matter what way you look at it, there's 38 minutes gone. And Kiltegan have yet to score from play.
Well, that's a fairly damning statistic at the minute, I suppose. Yeah, you know, after 38 minutes, and you know, 8 of those have been with the conditions in their back as well. That's nearly a third of your time with the breeze, as the fella said. The ball goes long down the field again, looking for Dan Redmond. Again, there's numbers back there for Kiltegan. Again, it's that man Brian Carney. He's having a beast of a game at the back for Kiltegan. Ball out as far as Liam Keogh. Keogh just takes the second attempt to pick it up. Ball goes away though. It's loose. It's scrappy. There's men going to ground everywhere. Ciaran Manley's happy enough to let them dig away there. Everything is on the ball. Just no one can actually get possession of it. He's going to stop it now because there's probably too many around it. He's probably afraid of a rash moment causing trouble for everyone. So it's a throw in between Brandon Ryan and Pádraig Byrne. The ball is back in, the game is on, goes straight to Wayne Kinsley. Kinsley tries to get the ball away. Again, he's under huge pressure. Pádraig Byrne goes back there. turns back out to his outside and clears long down the field. A huge clearance from him over the head of the midfielders. Mark Murphy runs onto it, but back there battling is John Young. Murphy does well though. He's heading in the right direction. Off his shoulders. Podge O'Toole. Danger here for Carnew. Shot. Goal for Podge O'Toole. A huge strike. You could see it coming. You could see him making the run. Murphy done well to get possession. Popped it off to him, and what a finish. And as we said, there's your score from play now, Casey, well, and it's a good one.
That's their first score from playing, and what a score! What a massive score. Mark Murphy had been quiet. He'd done well there now and got on the ball, and BG's Podge came through like a steam train. There was no stopping him there, was there?
You could see him coming off his shoulder. He was really moving. He had full tilt there, Podge O'Toole. Long ball down the field from the puck out again. It's 1-4 to Kiltegan, 9 points to Carnew. We've just 10 minutes gone in the second half. Ball is in the hands of Aughrim. Pops it out as far as James Boland. Boland has a look. He'll fancy his chances from there, will he? But it's gone to the left of the post and gone wide. And another lay half for Carnew. And again, Carnew just look a little bit rattled now after the goal. Be interesting to see how they react, but Kiltegan's gander is up. Long puck out again from Fitzgerald. Good puck against that breeze, right to the far side in the middle of the field. Taken by Pádraig Doran. Doran has a look, hand passes the ball up the line to Jack Doyle. Doyle looks to take on the defence, so takes on Aughrim. Probably lucky there with steps, I'd say. He has the ball again, has a look up. Fires one high, it's dangerous, it's across the goal. It's kept in play, is it? No, it's not. It's gone wide, says the umpire. And again, probably Carnew just need, they need to use the ball a little bit better now against this breeze. They're not going to have that many forays up the field in the next 20 minutes, you'd imagine.
No, and they're depending a lot on Pádraig Doran, really, aren't they?
Yeah, Pádraig and Jack Doyle probably to get their scores there, because they're struggling to break and they're coming deep to win the ball, but it's a long way to the goal then in these conditions. Line ball will be to Carnew. Chris Canavan is adamant where who it came off. I'm going to move him back a bit now here with the ball, is he? Number 9, Adrian Myers, is going to take this one. It'll be Carnew need to a bit of relief here now. He needs to get under this one. Ball breaks. It's only as far as John Doyle. Again, it's loose, broken play. Lots of bodies around it. James Boland is there. Adrian Myers is back in, trying to win the ball back. It's a huge ruck over there, and it's a line ball to Carnew again, says Chris Canavan. And Carnew look to take it quick and hit out over the line at the far side. So, oh, well, look at you. We won't say any more about that passage of play anyway. It's 9 points to Carnew, 1-4 to Kiltegan. Carnew still lead by 2. We're 12 minutes into the second half here. It's been very, very scrappy this second half. The one shining light was a brilliant goal from Podge O'Toole after great work by Mark Murphy. It's the one score that we've had in the second half, but it was a good one, and Podge O'Toole has said too much to Ciaran Manley there, and he's picked himself up a yellow card for giving advice to an official. Brandon Ryan is going to take this one. Again, steps up to it. We've had a lot of line balls on that far side in the second half. That's a great cut though. It's a dangerous looking ball in. Kieran Conroy takes the ball. Heavy tackle from Wayne Kinsley. Play on to the referee. It's Podge O'Toole again. Oh, he just missed his... He missed his puck, but he was playing on an advantage, and it's a free in. He was fouled, and this should bring it back to the bare minimum. Carnew a little bit slow. They've only 2 on the goal here. A little bit slow to set themselves. We seen it yesterday. Christy Morehouse wasn't long about taking advantage of a slower set-up. What's going on here now? Bob Fitzgerald is coming out.
Into the middle of
Descent from Carnew. It's brought into the middle. Bob was trying to get Carnew lads back on the goal, to be fair to him. They weren't listening. I was saying that there was only 1 on the goal with him there. Helmet is off. Yeah, there's a player down with his helmet off on the goal line. So, we're nearly halfway through this first half. This is going to be a dogged battle to the end here, Casey. I'd say. You think
And the conditions are getting worse, Emmet?
conditions are getting worse, and I think you made a very bold statement here before the match that we mightn't be just here for 60 minutes.
No, I predicted it could be a draw, but I don't know. I don't think Kieran Manley will want to stay for another, half hour.
And you couldn't blame him. You couldn't blame him in these conditions, yeah. So Shawnee Germain will take this free card, and you now have 6 back on the line. This to put the bare minimum between them. Shawnee will go through his routine. It should be a fairly straightforward one for a man of his powers, and it's high and it's over the bar. It's 1-5 now to Kiltegan. It's 9 points to Carnew. We are 14 and a half, just 15 minutes gone in this second half. It's all to play for who gets to the final to play against our 4 in a row, looking for 5 in a row. Bray, Emmet's club team. Long puck from Fitzgerald again, right down into the middle of the field. Breaks in there again. Ball breaks away. It's messy. It's sloppy. It's a slap by someone in there, and it's a free. And
I didn't see anything there now at all for free for Kiltegan.
And they were in possession as well, so he was right there where it happened. It'll be a free. Shawnee Germain will come out, and this one will possibly tie it up. It's in the middle of the field. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. Shawnee Germain now takes this one, stands over it, seems to get a good strike. It's gone high and it's gone over the bar. We're level in Aughrim in the second semi-final. It's 9 points to Carnew, 1-6 to Kiltegan. All the momentum now with the men from the west. Casey.
It is, and what's left them is there's 14 minutes. I think Carnew need to get Party door now around midfield, half back line. Try and get him into the game, onto the ball, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's lining out a wing forward here underneath us, and he's completely out of the game there at the minute. He was the main man in that first half, and look again, it's a huge ruck of players back there. Jack Doyle picks up the ball, gets it, has a look, again takes a touch. He had no real option there. He puts it on the hurl and he goes away up the field. He's still going up the field. Oh, good play by Jack Doyle.
Jack's done there. He done well. Jack's done well.
He was in all sorts of trouble. Looked like he was going to overcarry, to be fair, and he's got himself out of trouble. Probably bought the free a little bit in the end.
Probably bought the free a little bit, but probably deserved it anyway, you know what.
So he's just tying his lace now, and again, you could be looking at 25 minutes since Carnew scored in this game.
Yeah, well,
10 before
half time.
And 17, you could be looking at 25 or 6 minutes since their last score, which is not good enough in a semi-final, but they are still level. Jack Doyle will take this free. Carnew will push numbers forward. They'll be looking for a score from this of some sort. Again, Juicy conditions are getting no better here, to be fair. The wind and the rain that these players are playing in, it's a credit to both teams that they're out there at all. Jack Doyle takes it long, dangerous looking ball in again. It just doesn't get past the first line of defenders. Picked up and away. Down the field comes the wing back, Brandon Ryan. Ryan does really well, gets the ball out as far as Mark Murphy. Murphy's dispossessed by Jack Doyle. Doyle fires the ball up and into the hands of Owen Young. Young has a look, sets himself, trying for the score. It's high, it's looping, it's dangerous, but Parry Thorne does well to keep it in, but there's 2 Kiltegan men back there. He just about does enough. He needs support. Oh, brilliant pick up by Thorne in the conditions. Has a look, fires the ball back across into the danger area. Owen Young ball breaks out as far as Owen Kavanagh. Shot from Kavanagh. Oh, what a brilliant save. What a brilliant save from Sean Murphy. That could be a game-turning save, to be fair. Kavanagh done everything right. You know, good move, and he blasted it for the corner, and what a save that is, out for a 65.
Great, it's unbelievable save. Party Dorn done really well, won a dirty ball in there and got across, and looked destined for the back of the net. Unbelievable save.
Unbelievable save, even we were right behind it here, and he done everything right, Kavanagh, but a wonderful save from Sean Murphy to push it away, and it's a 65 to Carnew now. It would have been a huge score in the context of the game, but it wasn't, and Kiltegan breathe a sigh of relief. Again, we just have towels in, drying hurls and balls here. A little bit of a delay, so Pádraig Doran will step up to this one. Looks very central for a 65, doesn't it? So ball goes from Doran anyhow, just doesn't quite get the strike on it. Owen Kavanagh tries to flick it on, ball breaks inside. It's well picked up. Brilliant play there by James Ball, and gets the ball to Ciaran Harmon, back to Brian Carney. Carney will relieve the ball down the field out of the danger area. He does. Justin House gets a hurl on a ball down as far as John Young. Young takes a heavy bang there from Pádraig O'Toole. Second bang goes to ground. Play on, says the referee. Back in the hands of James McGing. McGing is blocked down by Mark Murphy. 4 Carnew men around him. He goes to ground. I think Kieran Manley has momentarily lost his whistle, has he? He carried it over the line. What's going on here? The linesman is getting very animated. It's a Carnew ball after I think he pointed the other way. I think that's what caused all the problem.
I think the linesman was halfway in on the pitch. He was in the middle of the ruck there.
It was all very animated and no one knew what was going on, so it'll be a line ball, and Adrian Myers will take this one, goes to take it quick. He's not far enough away, hardly you'd imagine, but they've got away, and again there's huge bodies around it. Heavy slogging on both sides. Adrian Myers does well, picks up the ball, probably could have got free there. Ball is on the ground again, huge bodies around. Oh, it's picked up by Shawnee Germain, brilliant by Germain, and he's away. He's left all those bodies behind him, has a look inside, strikes this one, but it's gone to the right of the post and gone wide, and there was a half chance there. Probably could have weighed up the percentages a little bit better. Shawnee, he struck it on the run. If it goes over, it's a brilliant score, but we have an umpire now calling Ciaran Manley in. Whatever has took place. He's bored. He wants someone to talk to. Yeah, I'd say he wants to go home if he's any. If he's out in that, he wants to go home. But Conal McRae and Kieran Conway are going to both be spoken to here by Ciaran Manley. Doesn't look like he's taken out the book, but he's told them no more of that. So that's fair enough. 21 minutes gone, 9 points to Carnew, 1-6 to Kiltegan. Level game here in Aughrim. Bob Fitzgerald takes the puck out, huge ball down the field. Pádraig Doran just gets his hand and just comes away, but it's picked up and away come the Glenealy men again. And Brandon Ryan, he's having a big game, Ryan. He's been on a lot of ball again, just broken play and huge numbers around the ball. It's a real ruck down there. It's a real war of attrition. You know, as we said, whoever wins these little battles will probably win the war, but it's almost 50-50 there at the minute. Ciaran Manley going to throw this one in. Manley throws it in. Pádraig Doran is on it again. Huge numbers around the ball. John Doyle looks to take it away, but Rory Finn takes it away from him. Right out on the sideline. Finn gets the ball back to Rian Waters. Waters has a look, but he's brilliantly blocked down by Jack Doyle. Ball is back into the hands of Owen Young. He's blocked down. Again, it's just huge. So many numbers around the ball. It's hard for anyone to get a strike in or get a ball away. As the rain pours down here in Aughrim, ball is in the hand of Jack Doyle. He boots it down the field in as far as Owen Kavanagh. Kavanagh now has the ball in hand, stands up. Brian Carney has a look at the post, but just too far out with the conditions against him, and it's into the hands of Sean Murphy. Murphy gets the ball, comes as far as Ciaran Harmon. Harmon steps inside his man, does well, and launches a big ball down the field. Huge puck looking for Shawnee Germain. Ball breaks in behind Germain, and it's into the hands of Mark Murphy. Murphy, just slipped at the wrong time, and his clearance or his shot just skewed off the hurl. Out comes John Doyle with the ball. He's blown for over carrying. You could see it coming. He was under all sorts of pressure, but he didn't have a lot of support, to be fair to him. 2 or 3 Kiltegan men around him. Just about 23 minutes on the clock. Could this be the score to put Kiltegan in front for the first time?
Yeah, and every score is vital at this stage, Emmet, now, isn't it, with 7 minutes to go?
Yeah, hugely important. As we said, Carnew now haven't scored in over half an hour, and it's not going to be something. Conditions or no conditions, 10 of those minutes were with the breeze as well, so that's probably where the problem lies. But Shawnee Germain, he's 60 yards out. He's about 10 or 11 yards in from the sideline. Wind in his back. But to look at the flags, the wind is blowing everywhere at the minute. It's very hard to gauge it. I'd say Sean, he hasn't quite got the strike he wanted on it. It's into Mark Murphy. Ball breaks away. Adrian Myers is there again. There's bodies around the ball. Bodies go to ground and away comes Conal McRae up the field. McRae solos out, steps outside, takes the tackle, pops the ball off as far as Wayne Kinsler. Kinsler again turns back in, and huge numbers of Kiltegan men around him. He wins his free. It'll be a free to Carnew. It's still level here in Aughrim. We've 6 minutes to go. 9 points to 1-6. Wayne Kinsler receives attention. We have a sub warming up for the Kiltegan men. Number 19 is Owen O'Neill going to come in.
Experienced man coming in there.
He's very experienced, is right, yeah. It'll be interesting to see who he comes in for. Coming in for James Boland on the far side. Boland has put in a good shift there, to be fair. He was on a lot of ball.
He was wing forward the first half, when he wing back there the second half.
Yeah, he's been on a lot of ball there, to be fair. But again, huge experience coming in with Owen O'Neill. Bob Fitzgerald has came all the way out to take this one. Has a look and drives the ball down the line, looking for Pádraig Dolan. Ball breaks out, but Ryan Waters gets to this one first. Again, there's huge numbers from both sides around the ball. Oh, it's free in for over carry. Oh, throw ball, he said. It's a throw ball, so it's a chance for Carnew maybe to sneak a score here. They could really do with one. As we said, it's a long time now since Carnew have scored in this game. It's probably, you're looking close on 35, 36 or 7 minutes maybe. They need to register this, and I suppose if you did happen to get this free, it's not an easy one. It'd be good work to be a point in front after not having scored for so long.
Oh, yeah, you're a point in front with 4 minutes or so left. Like.
You know, so again, it's not by no means an easy free. Pádraig Dolan is only about a yard or two in from the sideline. He's about 44 yards out. There's all sorts of conditions here. There's wind and rain and you name it. But he eyes up the posts and has a look. He lifts, he strikes, it's gone high. They're looking at the crowd like it. Doran likes, oh, that's a huge score. A huge score from Pádraig Doran, a huge score from Carnew, and they're a point in front of
6 points, 6 frees from Pádraig, and that's probably the best one he's got. Like,
a huge score against the Breeze. A brilliant score from Pádraig Doran, puts Carnew a point up. What have Kiltegan got now to answer this? 26.5 minutes gone, 10 points to 1-6. Ball breaks out, goes through the grasp of Ryan Waters. Jack Doyle takes the second attempt to pick it up, but he does it the second attempt, and he's away up the sideline. Doyle is away here, a couple of Kiltegan men after him. He needs support, he needs someone with him. He's still going, he can't catch it again. But it's gone out half his hurling, gone wide. He's looking for a 65, but he's not going to get one there. He just ran out of support and ran out of ideas on that one. The puck out will be from Sean Murphy. Murphy lines this one up, goes long down the field. A huge puck again. They're going long now. Kiltegan, oh, brilliant catch by Rory Finn. Finn gets this one, pucks a long ball in. It's Podge O'Toole is going for just out of his grasp, but it comes to Shawnee Germain. Chance for, brilliant block down there by Martin O'Brien. Huge block by O'Brien just when it was needed, but ball breaks back out. Kiltegan are still on it. It's Ciaran Conway takes the second attempt to pick it up, but does. And it looked like he was going to hand pass it, but doesn't. There's a free man over there, Rory Finn. Finn sets his feet, pucks this one high and pucks it over the bar. We're level in Aughrim. A huge score from Rory Finn. And again, Carnew's marking just went a little bit to pot there, in fairness, but Rory Finn was the happy recipient of the ball 50 yards out and drilled it over the bar.
Yeah, it was a good score by Rory. He had a lot of space out there in the middle. You know, no one went with him at all. It was a great block by Martin before that on Shawnee Germain.
10 points to 1-7. Brandon Ryan receives attention. He puts back on his helmet. We've a couple of lads warming up for Carnew down on the sideline. 28 minutes gone here. We've 2+ injuries to go. What way is this game going to swing? Will it be Carnew? Will it be Kiltegan that'll meet Bray in the county final in a couple of weeks' time? We mightn't even know after 60 minutes here. Long ball down the field. It's attacked by Auchenburn. Comes out, steps out the ball, takes 2 tackles, but Carnew get numbers around him and strip the ball from him. Oh, and a heavy pull there. You could kind of see that one coming. You could see that one coming because he was winding up, he no need. Jack Doyle going out to the sideline away from the goal to pick up the ball and just didn't need to do it. There'll be a chance for Pádraig Doran.
Aughrim had the ball there, he got a good catch and was a bit frustrated, I think, with himself for losing the ball, and a bit of a wild pull.
A wild pull and a chance for Pádraig Doran here. It's right in front of us. It's a yard or two in. It's probably pretty much the same free only on this side of the field as the last one. It's a chance nonetheless with time ticking away here. We're into the last minute of normal time. Doran 47 or 8 yards out, hits this one. It's accurate enough, but it's dropping. It's dangerous. It breaks in the square. There's a chance that this could go anywhere. There's bodies on the ground. It's still squirming around. It's very hard to see what's going on as the light fades here in Aughrim. Ball breaks in. There's a shot blocked down there, and there's a pull there. Was it look like a free in? No, play away, says the referee. Surely imagined that was a free, but he said play away, and Owen O'Neill has the ball. O'Neill fires the ball down the line out as far as Aaron Kinsley. Kinsley sets himself, pokes this one high, but it's going to drop short as well. Oh, the keeper let it bounce and gets it at the second attempt. Oh, it's nervy. It's very nervy in there. How he comes, he's under all sorts of pressure, and he overcarries the ball. He overcarries the ball, and it's going to be a free to Carnew. He did look to overcarry it, to be fair.
Free in. Probably should have been a free before that.
There seemed to be a fairly wild slap there, but look at it. It's one of those. It's a free in to Pádraig Doran with time is just up. How long we're going to have additional time, I don't know. Carnew are warming up 2 subs. It's Tommy Collins and Conor Wafer about to come in. Two of the younger players from Carnew. Yeah, Tommy had been carrying a knock for a lot of the year. So he's going to get a run out here for a few minutes. Well, if Carnew put this over and stay in front, it'll be a few minutes. If not, it could be a bit longer than he's expecting. But you'd have to imagine there's going to be 3 or 4 minutes still to be played here once this ball goes in. So Conor Wafer for James McGing, and Tommy Collins is on for Adrian Myers. Carnew are shuffling around the pack a bit at the back there. Well, it's a free to Pádraig Doran, pretty much straight in front of the goal here. It's 10 points to 1-7 with 31 and a half minutes on the clock. I'd imagine there's going to be at least 4 more to be played after this play. It should be a score, but you never say till it's over. It is over now. Carnew lead by a point. It's 11 points to 1. There's only 2 minutes of additional time, we're told. 2 minutes for Carnew to hang on. 2 minutes for Kiltegan to find a score to bring us a little bit further down the stretch. 11 points to 1-7. 32 minutes on the clock. We'll say it should be over at 34, but that's a huge puck down the field looking for Rory Finn. Long puck comes off his hand into the hands of Liam Keogh. Keogh turns, he's got his free. He has got his free. It's going to be a free in to Kiltegan. Just a drag back on him. They won the break, and as we've said all along, Casey, the man in possession is getting the benefit headed out.
From start to finish. And if you didn't play the ball, you were blown for overcarrying. It's been consistent the whole way. So
he has, in fairness. Shawnee Germain lines this one up. He's about 63 or 4 yards out. About 6 or 7 yards in from the sideline. A huge puck, huge pressure here. Lifts it, strikes it high. It's gone, looks good. It's high and it's over the bar. We're level in Aughrim again. It's 11 points to 1-8. So it's pretty much been a shootout with the free takers here today. But the puck out has taken as Bob Fitzgerald goes long down the field. Oh, it's came off the hand of a Kiltegan man. Pádraig Doran goes for it. Oh, he's cleaned out of it late there. A silly tackle by the Carnew man. Took him out of it late.
Very sound position.
A late tackle and a silly thing. And a very same position. The very same position. There's a couple of players now. Yeah, there's just a bit of paperwork here for Ciaran Manley. He hasn't showed any cards. Flashed the yellow, I'm told, but I don't know where. But the free is actually being moved up as well. So this is not even as difficult as the last one. But Carnew, masters of their own downfall here if this goes over, because we have 34 on the clock now. Jermaine Bhua didn't seem a great connection. It's gone to the right and wide. It's gone wide. It's a let off for Carnew, a huge let off for Carnew. It's 1-8 to 11 points, and it's all over here in Aughrim. We're going for extra time. Anyone that backed the draw will be happy today because they'll be paying out. It's 11 points to 1-8 here. Carnew let off the hook there at the end, missed free from Shawnee Germain, right at the death. And both teams go in, so we'll have 10 minutes each way of extra time here in a few minutes, so stay tuned in. Everyone getting value today, although anyone that's standing out on the terrace here is probably not overly happy that there's extra time, but we're going to have another 20 minutes here, so tune back in a few minutes. We'll be back with you. You're very welcome back, Aughrim here for the first half of extra time. We had a drawn game. Carnew 11 points, Kiltegan 1-8 here. As we said, conditions are not at all favourable. Carnew will have that breeze by the looks of it in the first. The breeze looks to be blowing across the field now. It's changing as we speak by the minute. It's really heavy conditions here on both teams. It's you might look and say 11 points to 1-8, Casey, but to be fair to them in the conditions that's being played, they're doing really well.
No, it's brutal conditions. The pitch is really cutting up bad, and you'd be hoping now that you get a bit of drying for the next week with big matches in the football next weekend and all. That pitch is really cutting up. So Carnew back out. I don't think they'll have a third set of jerseys.
As organised as they are, I don't think they'll plan for this. As Carnew are not going to play with it in the second half. He's just doing the toss there now, so I think that the coin has gone down in the grass. So Kiltegan look to have won the toss, and Kiltegan are going to play against the wind again in the first half here. So it's up to Carnew to come out flying in this one, but it's a real battle of attrition. You know, the game swung so many ways. You looked, Casey, Carnew were on top, then Kiltegan got back on top. The goal looked like it was going to be huge and was a big score, but Carnew kept battling, got a couple of scores at the end, and then, that miss free could have went anywhere.
Powerty got a great free to put him ahead by a point, and he had the chance over this side to put him two up that dropped short, Probably draw was a fair result, Emmet.
It would have been a fair result, as the fella says, and means we're here for another 10 minutes aside and maybe even penalties, so don't go away. We're going to go deep. I'd say light could be the problem. The ball is in for the second half. Tommy Collins is fouled. First off there, tried to win the leg race with Liam Keoghan, was fouled. Pádraig Dorn is not happy with the ball. He's looking for one, but no one seems to be willing to give him one, so he's just looking for a nice piece of ground there, about 4 yards ahead of where the free was given. He's after gaining a little bit. Wind in his back. He's been very good on these all day. Just didn't quite get the strike he wanted. Ball goes in, flies in dangerously. Pádraig Dorn has been on a lot of ball in this game, but just didn't bring that one with him, and ball breaks back inside again. It's down in the muck there. It's hard to pick up. Brilliant to pick up by Jack Doyle. Gets the ball out to Pádraig Dorn. Dorn sets himself, fires the ball up into the dark Aughrim sky, and it's gone high and it's gone over the bar, and Carnew lead again. Jack Doyle picking up the pieces and gets the ball back to Pádraig Dorn. It's over the bar. We're just a minute into extra time here, and Carnew lead by a point.
It's a great score by Pádraig. Jack done really well to win the 1-0 dirty ball and get it back to Pádraig.
Sean Murphy, that great save he made in the second half, surely a big factor. Ball breaks again in the middle of the field, but it's won by Ciaran Conway. Conway takes off up the line. He's running with this one. 3 Carnew men are after him. John Doyle tries to cut him off, lobs a little dangerous ball in. Conal McRae, it's gone past McRae, whipped on by Mark Murphy and gone wide. He just panicked a bit there. I don't think he had more time than he thought, and he could have lifted that one and headed for the goal, but it's a puck out to Carnew. Taken by Bob Fitzgerald, long puck down the field, huge puck by Fitzgerald, gone through the hand of Liam Keoghan. Waters tries to pick up the ball. Pádraig Dorn slides in on that one, but it's brilliant play by Brandon Ryan, flicks the ball away and a good clearance into space, in front of his full forward line. Mark Murphy is in there now. It's a tussle with Conal McRae, and Murphy goes to ground, and he was pulled back there, I'd say. He had turned Conal McRae, and just a little pull at the wrong time, and Murphy wins his free. So again, looks like this is just going to be tit for tat here all the way through, Casey.
It's looking that way. That's Mark done well there. He turned him and he was away. I think Connell had to foul him kind of. 2 chances, 2 balls come in and 2 chances for Mark Murphy, and he's won a free for that one.
Free will be Shawnee Germain's. He's pointing to where he thinks the free is from. Kieran Manley agrees with him. Again, it's one of those in these conditions, as normally it'd be straightforward, but in these conditions anything could happen. Germain drives the ball, drives his hurl, lines up the free, stands over it again, he replaces it. Just taking his time here. We've almost 3 minutes of the 10 gone already, so lifts and strikes this one. Got enough on it and got high and over the bar. Didn't throw it too high up into the elements, I suppose.
No, to be fair to him, you know, it wasn't an easy free for him. He had a chance to win it for Kiltegan there, you know, in normal time, and that can affect lads, but to be fair to him, it didn't affect him. Good score with Shani.
12 points to Carnew. It's 1-9 to Kiltegan. Ball's in the middle of the field. Pádraig Toole gets a touch and it's gone as far as Shawnee Germain. Germain comes away with Carnew jerseys after him. Tries to get a ball inside to Pádraig Toole. Martin O'Brien picks up the pieces. Gets the ball out as far as Conor Wafer. Wafer steps inside. Needs a bit of support here and he's blown for over carrying. He was turned with the ball and blown for over carrying. As you said, it's something he's blown for and he's been consistent on it.
He surely is, yeah. He had a chance there to kick it or something, you know.
You have to be seen to try to play the ball with Ciaran or he's pulling it up, and as I said, he's very consistent on both sides of it, so you know that's it. Shawnee Germain will have another opportunity here. Chris Cannon is telling him where to take it from. John Keogh just giving him the towel there. Was no mean free taker himself in his day, in fairness.
Oh, Shark was a good one.
He was. Sort of a day for Sharks, isn't it? Johnny Germain, he's about 60 yards out here, just in from the sideline, gets this one, hits it high, but it's gone to the left of the post and wide, and we're still level here in Aughrim, 4.5 minutes in to the first half of extra time. It's 12 points Carnew, 1-9 to Kiltegan. Bob Fitzgerald will take the puck out. Fitzgerald looks to rain this one down on his half-forward line, doesn't get as high as normal, and it's gone straight to Ciaran Harmon. Harmon just sidesteps his way in, does really well, but he's dragged to the ground and it's a free. And I don't think, even though Carnew man is questioning that, I don't think it could have been any more blatant.
I think it had 100% a free. Emmett. Brandon Ryan is going to hit this one.
Brandon Ryan, yeah, might feel he has more distance in him. So Ryan dries off the towel and dries off the hurl even with the towel. And Kiltegan just playing it cute here, taking their time over their frees and having a look. Sizes up his options and strikes this one. It won't go all the way though, but it'll drop into a dangerous area. Ball breaks inside. Colin McRae comes out with it, sticks in the muck though. Tommy Collins is there, Kieran Conway is there. Eventually Collins comes out with the ball, puts it on the hurl the second time, solo on forward, hand passes it away over the head of Conor Wafer. Jack Doyle gets to it first, whips on it to keep it in play, was near carrying now over the line. Owen Kavanagh has the ball now, turns inside, solos, comes back through a little bit of traffic, tries to get the ball away to Aaron Kinsler, he gets bottled up. Liam Keogh gets a foot on Hone O'Neill is there. Owen Kavanagh goes to ground. It's Ciaran Harmon is over it again. There's a huge amount of bodies, a huge tussle. And Ciaran Manley says enough is enough. He's going to throw it in. Seems to be a shoulder injury here to John Young. He seems to be in a bit of distress as well. He seems to be in a bit. They've pulled the jersey up to act as a sling, so that's not a good sign for Carnew. They're going to have to bring in. They have to make a change if that's the case. He's putting his arm up now. I thought it looked a bit worse there. He might have another few minutes in him. He's going looking for his hurl now. Someone has took his hurl now, so it could be down in the muck there somewhere, and you wouldn't see it maybe with the conditions we're in. That's a strange one. His hurl has to be there somewhere because there's no one with two. So he's still looking for her. So. Well, you can always you can always say you were in Aughrim the day a man's hurl disappeared. Huh? I've seen a lot of things happening in Aughrim, but I've never seen that one before. 7.5 minutes on the clock. That's just eating up another couple of minutes. Jack Doyle wins the ball, comes out with a ruck, gets it down as far as Conor Wafer. Wafer tries to fire a ball down the line, but reading it first was well done. It's into the hands of Owen Young. He fires the ball across the field. Doesn't get the purchase he probably wanted on it. Again, it's into a ruck. Again, it's picked up though by Wayne Kinsta. Well done by Kinsta. 4 men around him blowing for over carrying as he has been on it all day, and he is Adamant, but Carnew just looked a little bit. I know it's heavy conditions and tired, but they just lacked ideas there, Casey, going forward.
There's a lot of tired bodies out there, I think, now on both teams.
Aughrim drives a long ball down the field. Martin O'Brien gets his hurl to it. Oh, brilliant pick up by Mark Murphy. Wonderful piece of play by Murphy. Wins his free in these conditions. That's brilliant play there.
Great pick up by Mark Murphy. Won the free. Helmets off. Important scored home, win and a half to go.
Yeah, could be a massive score. Two players down. Martin O'Brien is one of them. I think he's going to book Martin, is he? No? Oh, Martin's gone in. Sorry. Thought Martin O'Brien was down injured there, but he's not. Yeah, this free is just eating up another bit of time. Like, we've had very little open play in this first half. Paddy. Paddy McGing replacing Wayne Kinsley. Wayne comes off. Shawnee Germain lines up this free. He's about 26 or 7 yards out over at the far sideline. It's a big one. He's hit it high, but it's gone to the left of the post and wide again. Another chance to go in front. We've just about the first 10 minutes up here. Is 12 points to 1-9. A real war of attrition between these two sides. Bob Fitzgerald will take the puck out. Lines it up. Goes long down the field. Huge puck from Bob. It's dropping right in on the middle of the field there. Off. It looked like it went off a Carnew hand. We'll have 2 minutes of additional time on top of that. You'd love to hear that if you were a player at this stage, Casey, I'd say. You know, because it's a grueling one out there, to be fair. We've had a huge level of physicality from both teams, to be fair. Everything honest and on the ball. But it has to be energy sapping out there as Brandon Ryan cuts that ball into Rory Finn. Aaron Kinsella goes to ground again. Once again, we have a ruck and a huge number of players around the ball. Ball breaks out. Who has it? It's into the hands of Ciaran Harmon. Harmon tries to offload it there again. Bodies go to ground. It's just breaking ball after breaking ball here. Possession is so hard to come by. It's so vital, referee, and I think we have a choke tackle here now as well. I think the lads are watching too much of the rugby.
It was a bit like James Lowe last night.
Yeah, it was indeed, yeah. He's going to throw it in. We're none the wiser as to who was fouling what there, but the ball is into the hands of Liam Keogh as well. Gets the ball to Ciaran Conway. It's 1-on-1 inside McRae and Mark Murphy. McRae, brilliant take by McRae. Brilliant take by the fullback in there. And the ball breaks out to John Young. Young tries to pick it up, does it the second, and him comes out, gets the ball out as far as Paddy McGing. McGing lashes the ball down the field looking for an inside forward, but there's nobody home back there, and it's Aughrim gets the ball and lashes it back down the field again. Tired bodies falling. Bodge Toole is on it, has a look, sizes up his options, comes inside, takes a slap at the hurl. It was a slap at the hurl, and a silly bit of afters then again. Silly bit of afters there again. And that ball possibly moved up now in front of the goal as well. So, but it was a free. There was a slap in on with the hurl on Podge Toole. It was a free, and
no, it was definitely a free.
Again, I'm sure it's very hard to get any purchase out there, but I'm sure Kiltegan would love to see Podge on the ball a little bit more.
Yeah, when he does get it, he causing problems. Like
he does indeed. So it's going to be a free. Chris Canavan. Been just chatting to Ciaran Manley, Shawnee Germain has already sized up what's in front of him. A chance to go in a point up at half time here, which will be huge for Kiltegan, you'd imagine. Germain strikes this one, looks to have got a good strike this time. It's gone high and it's gone over the bar. Kiltegan lead here in Aughrim. It's 10 to 12 points. 13 minutes gone in this first half. It's surely half time here. Ciaran Manley, by the way, where he's standing, I would imagine. It's half time, yeah. So, again, are the teams going to go in or do they come into a huddle? I think they just go into a huddle here, so we'll probably stay with you for a minute, Casey. Look, I mean, there's not much you can say about this game. There's two teams going hammer and tongs here. It's not pretty by any manner of means. It's probably the most horrible weather that's been hurled in for a long, long time. But both teams giving it everything, and it's going to probably come down to just who keeps the head and uses the head the best now in the second half.
Yeah, it's dreadful conditions, and you know, there's a lot of tired bodies out there. You know, and the ball's not moving when it hits the ground at all. It's, I mean, there were so many rucks there in that period of extra time. But it's who can get possession. We've said it from the start, but whoever can get possession and the least amount of mistakes is probably going to get over the line now at this stage.
Yeah, you know, you're looking at 11. It's 12 scores to 11. Like, it's just very even all over the field. You know,
40 minutes.
Yeah.
40 minutes of hurling. I wonder, like, the wind is very still. So if you look at the three flags down there, it's very strong. Like, if you know, if Kiltegan get up, you know, 2 or 3 points ahead, could be game over.
You know, if Kiltegan get the first score of the second half, it leaves Carnew a real uphill battle, you know, to try and get scores, because as you said, in 40 and nearly 50 minutes now, Carnew have scored 3 points.
Yes.
You know, so and they're turning to face the win now at this stage, you know.
9 points on the scoreboard after 20 minutes.
Yeah, you know, so look, it's one of them. They're still bang there. Kiltegan, as I said, probably be really looking to get Podge Toole in on the ball now as much as they can. He's gone back in side himself, and Shawnee inside is dangerous, and look, they'll be really looking to get the first score. Carnew need to get back on the board. They've came back before, they've stuck at it, so we'll find out shortly what's going to happen. We could even have penalties here, which I'd rather not see, if I'm honest, but I know there's an excitement factor in it, but if it can be won in normal time, I'd rather see it.
Yeah, it's a terrible way to go out, penalties in Gaelic football or hurling. I think it's something I think the GI should look at. Like, even if
that ends level today, if that ended level there today, Casey, like the two of them do deserve another day,
of course they do, like,
on a better day.
Like, there's lights around the county, and you know, played on, if they have to be played on a Tuesday or Wednesday night, so be it.
Yeah. Kiltegan have the ball here. Ciaran Conway from the throw-in. Again, they look to nail that score. Kieran Harmon, Tommy Collins comes over, picks up the ball. Tommy drives the ball down the field into the Jack Doyle. Ball breaks away though. Doyle just touches it away. Dan Redmond gets it, takes a heavy bang, gets the ball to Pádraig Dorn. Dorn carries the ball up the field into the hands of Owen Young. Young tries to get it across. It's all a bit panicked from Carnew, but Pádraig Dorn wins a free there. And he played it cute. As I said, it's whoever uses the head the best. He won his free in a position to get this game level.
Yeah, no, he went by his man. He played for the free. Again, possession, Sully. 9/10 of the law here today.
His man in possession is getting the benefit of the doubt. We've said that all along. Chance for Pádraig Dorn here to take this free. I think he's has it fairly central, steps into it, hits this one high again, flies up off the hurl. It's high and it's over the bar. We're level again in Aughrim. A minute into the second half of extra time here, 13 points to 110. It'll be a poke out from Sean Murphy. Possession vital off this poke out, you'd have to imagine. If Carnew can get back up the field here, it'll be huge, but Kiltegan get that score. Long ball down the field again. Podge Toole is underneath this one, breaks down off and picks it at the second attempt. But Carnew have numbers over there again. We're into another ruck. The ball is moving around, but no one quite getting possession of it. Comes out, picked up by Conor Wafer. Wafer does well underneath the stand there, gets the ball away, just one-handed. Pádraig Byrne picks it up, charges away, and fires the ball down the line, but Conal McRae takes it. McRae does really well, finds Jack Doyle with this one. Doyle just flies off the hurl, and 2 men get around him. It's Ciaran Conway is one of them. Conway, brilliant touch off the hurl by Jack Doyle, needs support, he's lost his hurl. Ball falls back to Mark Murphy. Murphy tries a big wind up, but he's hooked there by Tommy Collins. Ball is into Shawnee Germain and Martin O'Brien. A ding dong battle these two have had all day. Again, O'Brien just wins that one, gets it to Conal McRae, gives the ball out to Jack Doyle. Doyle looks to break the tackle, steps inside the second tackle. I was way up, he needs support though. Looked like he was tackled a bit high, but play on, says the referee. James McGing, Paddy McGing has this one, solos forward with, takes the shoulder off. Brandon Ryan goes to ground, pops the ball back out as far as Pádraig Doran gets the ball back. Taryn Kinsta half blocked down, and the ball flies off his hurl, goes up as far as James McGing, or Paddy McGing gets the ball in as far as Owen Young fires it back out to Pádraig Doran. Doran looks to take the tackle. They're playing on an advantage. Their Carnew are playing an advantage, and again Pádraig Doran is very, very central to anything Carnew are doing, to be fair.
Yeah, he done well again. His high tackle. Jack Doyle probably should have won a free here for a high tackle. Actually could have played the advantage there. He played it, and Tommy Collins put it over the bar, and now he's at a difficult angle here now.
He is. Jack O'Toole and James Boland are coming back into the fray. Two lads that were on earlier, they're getting a second bite at the Jerry. Kieran Harmon and Liam Keogh is coming off. Big shifts put in all around from all these players, to be fair. It's 13 points to 110. Carnew with a chance to go in front.
It's like the wind has changed, isn't it? Well, I was thinking ago, was this bit.
Yeah, the wind is swirling every way. It's very hard to judge it if you're going by the flags down the corner. By Pádraig Doran has judged it to a T, and Carnew lead again. It's 14 points now to 110 here in Aughrim in the Lightning Protection Ireland Senior Hurling Championship semi-final. We're in the second half of extra time with 4 minutes gone. We've 6 to go. A long ball down the field, breaks in as far as off the hurl of Tommy Collins, throwing Kavanagh just spills it, picks it up at the second attempt, comes out, bursts out with the ball, looks to clear his lines, does clear his lines. A brilliant long clearance down the field. Paddy McGing is over there, slides out over the line. It'll be a line ball to Kiltegan, and there's a looks like a slap of a hurl. I don't think it was as dramatic now as
I didn't see it. No.
He went to kind of take a quick line ball, and I think Paddy put his foot on it. And I'll let you figure out the rest. So, but again, it depends on what way Kieran Manley sees it, I suppose. Chris Canavan is over there. They're having a good chat again. The wind and rain has got up again. It's just fearsome conditions that these lads are playing in. You know, they've given 60 minutes and now another 80. They'll have 80 minutes of this played. They'll enjoy putting their feet up tonight when they get home.
Surely will. A nice hot shower or a bath or whatever. But it's been tense all the way through. But like whoever does come out, will stand.
It'll stand to them in the final. It's a yellow card, it looks like, to Brian Carney. Be interesting to see now, is this a throw-in then, or is it still a line ball? I'd imagine it would have been still a line ball. So he's going to throw it in. He's the boss. Rory Finn and Pádraig Doran are in for the throw-in. Ball is throw-in, it goes past the two of them again. There's a huge number of players over there. Dan Redmond tries to keep it in with his boot. Ball breaks. Pádraig Doran picks it up. Doran is away, drops it again, picks it. Dan Redmond at him again. Doran gets it the second time. Really strong play from Doran again. Gets the ball back to Conor Wafer. Wafer gets the ball into Tommy Collins. Collins flicks it over to Justin House. Just reaching for it there. It was nearly being the perfect pass. Just didn't come off. Ball is in the hands of Podge O'Toole. O'Toole pops the pass off out as far as Brandon Ryan. Ryan breaks the tackle, tries to get down the field. Oh, lovely touch off. He's hurled there by Jack Doyle. Done really well to get back to get a touch on that one. Again, Carnew in possession. Dan Redmond gets the ball out as far as Paddy McGing. McGing drops the shoulder, looks to go past his man. He's played really well. Oh, he's blown for over. Carrying. Again, I thought he'd probably done enough to break the tackle.
He'd done enough to break the tackle, yeah.
But he has been lively since he's come into the fray, to be fair. 6.5 minutes gone, 14 points to Carnew, 110 to Kiltegan. conditions worsen, it's getting dark, but don't go anywhere because anything could happen in this one. It's a free. Aughrim will take it. Shawnee Germain and Brandon Ryan have opted not to go near this one. Aughrim drives this one. It's flew up off his hurl. It's going to land about 40 yards out from the Carnew goal. John Doyle has his hand up, takes the ball into possession, but try to get a hand pass away. Kiltegan have gobbled it up. Player on the ground looks to be lying on the ball. He was lying on the ball. Ciaran Manley taking no messing, in fairness. But he didn't. He looked like he wasn't trying to play the ball. He had to make some effort, and it's a free. A free to Carnew, 30 yards out from their own goal. Bob Fitzgerald will take this one. 7.5 minutes. We've 2.5 plus injuries to go. We've been here before in this game. A lot can happen in the next 3.5 or 4 minutes. So Bob Fitzgerald will take this free. He'll look to get as much purchase as he can on it. Goes long down the field. A huge puck. Pádraig Doran is under it. Can Doran get to it? No, he does at the second attempt, third attempt. But he goes, he's picked it up somehow. He got the ball up. Gets it away to Owen Kavanagh. Kavanagh and Brian Carney. Kavanagh looks to take on Carney. Carney strong again. Really good play again by Carney, the fullback. Bursts out with the ball. Ball breaks off him. It's a line ball to Kiltegan, Chris Canavan says. Really everything on the line here. Brian Carney has been immense there for Kiltegan.
He's had a fabulous game. A good tussle, to be fair, with him and Owen Kavanagh. Like, has got on a few bits of ball. And, you know, good tussle with the two of them. Like, Owen Kavanagh's tried hard there too.
Yeah, he's a big, strong unit, though, Brian Carney. He came out with that ball and there was blue and yellow jerseys bouncing off him everywhere, but they won a line ball. They're looking for a blood sub, I think. They're trying to get a word in to Carnew. I think they're happy enough now. John Doyle Jr.'s coming in, but they're happy enough. They're saying he's okay. They've wiped away whatever was there, and we're ready to rock and roll again. We've only a minute of normal time to go here. Carnew hold a slender 1 point lead. Kiltegan deep in their own half with a line ball. Taken by Brandon Ryan. Gets a good cut at this one. Huge ball down the field. Breaks inside again. It's that man. John Doyle underneath it, but it's tipped away from him. Jack O'Toole gets on the ball, twists and turns. The ball is left behind on. It's picked up out there by Owen Young. Young out under the stand, throws the Bhua, gets it up, but it's into the hands of Aughrim. Just popped up nicely for him. He doesn't get good clearance. Jack Doyle tries to break the tackle. Doyle needs support, fires the ball long inside. There's nobody home in there though. Carnew need to push up. Conor Wafer pushes up, but back there getting the ball was James Boland. Boland gets a pass out. It's into the hands of Pádraig Byrne. Byrne is tackled by Tommy Collins, breaks the tackle away down the field. Come Kiltegan looking for the equaliser. Owen O'Neill lashes the ball in to Ciaran Conway. It's touched away. There was a half chance there for a second. Conway gets it at the second attempt. Carnew just do enough to spoil the play. The ball is in a ruck about 25 or 6 yards out from the Carnew goal. Who wins possession? Shawnee Germain wins possession. Gets the ball to Mark Murphy. Murphy hoists one up into the air. It's high and it's over the bar. We're level here in Aughrim. We're 10 seconds into added time here. A huge score from Mark Murphy. It looked like it could have been a goal on for the split second there as well. Well,
I think Pádraig Toole looked like he was going through as well, and someone, Carnew man, got a flick on the ball, like, you know, and it's a great score by Mark Murphy.
We're going to have 1 minute of injury time. I see the signal from the linesman. Long ball down the field. Who can win it now, or will it go to penalties? A terrible day for penalties it would be, I'd have to say. Doran is on the ball again. He needs help. He gets through 1 tackle, 2 tackles, pops the ball out to Dan Redmond. Redmond doesn't pick it up at the first attempt. Kiltegan come away with the ball, and it's a free to Owen O'Neill over there, the old head for the long road. He played it well. He won his free and he's won an opportunity.
Emmet, it's looking like penalties unless Ciaran wants to get out of here.
There's a chance. It's gone this far. As I say, what a horrific day for penalties if it does go to that though. You know what I mean? Brandon Ryan will step up to this one. The breeze is in his back, but he's deep in his own 65. If he gets the strike on it, will he have enough? But all the strikes haven't been that clean. It's not a nice day to be a free taker. He gets a good one ahead, but it's going to drop short. It's dangerous. No, Carnew can't give away frees. But they have to get the ball. The ball breaks out. It's Jack O'Toole goes for it. Aaron Kinstall is over there. It's all over. We're going to penalties in Aughrim. We're going to penalties in Aughrim. It's not what I like to see, if I'm honest. I think these two teams deserve a chance again. I'd rather it wasn't finished this way, whoever wins it. But look, and I said it's a terrible day for penalties as well as everything else on top of it, Casey.
Yeah, like I don't know. Is it a rule all over the country that these matches have to be finished, or is it a rule within your own county? Like, because if it is, if it's a rule within your own county, we should be looking at ourselves to do these matches go ahead on a Tuesday or Wednesday. You asked them players today now. I know that both of them may be playing football next week, but would they rather hurl one other again Wednesday night? Now we're going penalties today. I think they pick hurling on Wednesday night. Like.
I'd imagine they would as well, and I know if I was a player I would, because it'll be interesting to see now. I think if it was the two clubs, I'd be having a quick chat on the sideline there. To be honest, but I suppose it's down. Bob Fitzgerald saved the penalty last week.
I'm just wondering, is it a rule that?
Yeah, I don't. If it's a countrywide or is it just? I presume it's down to each county board. But again.
Well, it's been brought in at inter-county level as well, until finals as well. So it might be a countrywide rule, Emmet.
Yeah, maybe so. It's an interesting one. I'll have to look up on it, Casey. I'll try and have the answer for you the next day. Just checking the batteries on the mic there. We weren't planning on being here this long today. Even we have a heavy pull on batteries here at the minute. So, yeah, it's down to two teams now, I suppose, to pick their 5 takers and trust their goalies. It'll be an interesting one to see. I presume it'll be the town. I think the toss for, but I presume whoever wins the toss will go for the town end, maybe. So, we have a chairman having serious problems with an umbrella down here at the minute. So, yeah. So it'll be an interesting one to see now. But as I said, one of these teams are going to go home beaten on penalties today, which, as I said, it's not my cup of tea, but yeah, we've just been texted in there to say that the club's voted for the matches to be finished in the semi-final. Then there's
no argument there. Then
me and you may just sit and smile, Casey. There's nothing we can do about it then, is there? Our opinions don't matter.
This happens.
yeah. At the night, I'd say in a nice warm room last January or February, that seemed like a great idea for Carnew and Kiltegan. Whichever one is going back the road tonight beating, are probably saying it's the worst rule ever.
Yes.
So look, that's the way it is. There's nothing we can do about it.
Probably
looking for their penalty takers. You're very welcome back here, where we've landed to penalties here between Carnew and Kiltegan, a game that ended level 14 points to 111. We're now getting ready to just toss to see who goes first. Looks like the penalty takers on each side are going to be Jack Doyle, Pádraig Dorn, Owen Young, Owen Kavanagh for Carnew, and possibly Bob Fitzgerald. And on the Kiltegan side, Shawnee Germain, Podge Toole, Brandon Ryan, Aughrim and Mark Murphy look to be lining up. Yeah, as we said, this is probably not the way I'd like to end the match. That's only my opinion, but we have to have a winner today to see who plays Bray in the final in a couple of weeks' time. Keepers shake hands. It's all very nervy here doing. Bob has taken the first one. Bob Fitzgerald will face off against Sean Murphy here. So it's all very nervy here at the minute. I can't imagine what it's like down on the field, Casey.
No, it's terrible for the players, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, unfortunately someone is going to miss, and you know what I mean? And it's a hard way to experience it once with Pats against Portlaoise in the football, and it's a horrible way to get beaten.
And just looking where, you know, Bob Fitzgerald is up there, it's a long way out. You know, I don't. So it's Bob Fitzgerald versus Sean Murphy here for the first penalty in the shootout. Now what do we do? He went to lift it. He's going to go again. Oh, we're going to have... I don't think he moved the ball, but he replaced it. Shoots. Oh! And when he did shoot. It's in the top corner. What a score, but there could be a little question about that one, maybe. Ciaran Manley was obviously happy that he didn't move it, but it was quite the finish from Bob Fitzgerald. Shawnee Germain is up next to face Bob Fitzgerald. Look at, I suppose you have to allow for where that pitch is cut up there as well. I presume he's going to give everyone fair dues. Shawnee, yeah, where to put it. He's looking for a good place for the pickup. Bob is standing just off centre. Shawnee Germain for Kiltegan to level up the shootout. Shoots and goes low to Bob's right and scores. It's 1-1 in the penalty shootout here. Next up is Owen Young. Owen Young places the ball. Just gets a lift in. He's probably right just to make sure he's on a good piece of ground. Ciaran Manley, he'll wait for Ciaran Manley's whistle. Owen Young steps up, no messing about, fires this one, saved by Sean Murphy. Saved by Murphy, that's the first blow for, it's 1-1 here. Kiltegan to take the penalty. He went low to his right, Murphy, and a good save. Brandon Ryan will be next up to take his shot at the title. Brandon Ryan is a free taker. He does the long range free, so he should be used to picking and striking. Lifts this one, drills this one. Oh, what a save from Bob Fitzgerald.
Great save by Bob. Great save. The tip of the hurl to it.
That was a hell of a strike. He done nothing wrong there, Brandon Ryan. But Bob Fitzgerald has pulled one of the saves, best saves you'll ever see here. And it's 1-1 still. I don't know. We could be going around with headlamps here later, lads. These two just don't want to finish. It's Pádraig Dorn to face off against Sean Murphy. Dorn steps up, lifts, strikes the ball low. Murphy gets a hurl on it, but it goes in, just gets by. That's hard luck for Murphy. He went the right way. You can see he's disgusted. He just didn't get enough on it. Dorn just got far enough away from him.
I think Murphy's disappointed he didn't save it.
Aughrim is next up. It's 2-1 to Carnew here. The excitement just doesn't stop here in Aughrim this evening. Aughrim drill, Bob Fitzgerald has saved another one. Oh, probably, as the fella says, nice height for a keeper, but again, a fantastic save from Bob Fitzgerald, and he's turning out to be... Yeah, Casey's just saying, you know, you probably, and that surface there today, low is the way to go maybe, but Bob Fitzgerald has saved too. Jack Doyle steps up to face Sean Murphy, drills it. Oh, it's saved by Sean Murphy. Saved by Murphy, brilliant save. And we're 2-2 here now at the minute. No, we're 2-1 still, sorry. Kiltegan's third penalty. Our fourth penalty yet to come. We have Mark Murphy. Yeah, that's right. Mark Murphy to step up to this one. So far it's been a day for the keeper. Bob Fitzgerald will be high on confidence. He's made a couple of great saves. Mark Murphy steps up to this one, drills it, goes low, and it's saved by Bob Fitzgerald. Saved by Fitzgerald. It's 2-1 here. This penalty to decide it. Kiltegan only scored one of their 4 penalties, and up steps Owen Kavanagh against Sean Murphy, and this can finish the shootout. Sean Murphy just taking his time. Owen Kavanagh faces him. The whistle is gone. A chance to put Carnew into the semi-final. Oh, it's just about snuck in beside the post. Just about snuck in beside the post. Sean Murphy is distraught. Kiltegan are distraught. What a way to go out. My heart would go out to Kiltegan, to be honest. I know I'm from Carnew and I'm happy to see them back in the final, but it's no way to lose a championship match in my book. But just about snuck inside the post. Bob Fitzgerald has to be the hero of the hour for Carnew with a couple of brilliant saves there. And look, it's going to be Carnew and Bray in the final in 3 weeks' time here. I think it's the 15th of October. A battle royale as well. But look, those two teams have left everything out there, Casey. It came down to a penalty there at the end, and there's just nothing between the two teams.
No, nothing between the two teams. And I think if they went out next week, there'll be nothing between the two teams. It's unfortunate that someone has to lose in the old penalty shootout, but both teams can hold their head high there. It was horrible conditions, but a great, great entertainment, like intense match all the way through. And Carnew, over the whole year, probably deserve probably to be in the final as well. And I know Bray beat him comfortably in the group stages, but look at the final. It's all on the day now, and you have to be in it to win it. And Carnew are the only ones now that can stop them for the 5 in a row.
Well, that's it. So, look, we'll be back with the final. We're going to be back next week with our football quarter-finals on Wicklow GAA TV Live. Thanks to everyone for tuning in on this one. A real exciting game. Probably not one for the pures, but in the conditions, you'd have to give full credit to both sets of teams for what they've given out there today. We'll be back with the rest of the matches for the rest of the championship. I hope you'll all tune in. We'll see you then. Thanks a million.